And I don't have my sunglasses on.
You don't.
Hi, I'm Apple Fritter.
I'm Devil's Food.
And it is National Donut Day. Oh yeah, it is. Thank you so much for joining us for another episode of The Extraordinary Times. First up today, go look at like yesterday or the day before, because we're talking about...
All right, the six-year-old little girl. Let's see if I can talk. Too much sugar.
Radical! Oh my gosh, yes, by the way. Go get a donut right now as soon as you finish watching this video.
Best holiday ever. Anyway, the 6-year-old girl, Lorianne, who got into the National Spelling Bee. Unfortunately, she did not win. The Spelling Bee is finished, but she did make it through a few rounds, so good on you, Lorianne. This is just absolutely amazing. She spelled some words I didn't even know existed.
She uses words regularly that I don't know exist. So, like, I feel a little dumber now. That's okay. Everybody needs to feel a little dumb. But, at the same time, moving on. SpaceX, as we've talked about also in previous episodes, just had their Dragon capsule depart from the International Space Station, and it splashed down in the Pacific Ocean without a hitch. Like, a space mission that had no problems at all, no hitches, no glitches, everything worked perfectly, and it was privately funded by SpaceX. So,
yes!
Yeah, one step closer to building my moon base called Tranquility, and see you all there.
All right, just a little bit of political news, if you will.
A little bit of political news.
We've actually found a candidate. He exists, that is not Romney, that is not Obama, is running. His name is Vermin Supreme, and that actually is his name.
Real name.
Wears a boot on his head.
Real boot.
And shouts out slogans on his bullhorn about dental hygiene and zombie preparedness, and his main goal is to get a pony for every American.
Real pony.
Yes, this is a thing.
He has been running since 1992 as an independent write-in candidate, and apparently has not given up.
For him.
Has not given up in 20 years. Honestly, if you have any sympathy in your heart at all, I think you might want to vote for him.
Yeah.
You know why?
I want a pony.
I want the zombie preparedness, honestly.
Yeah.
Like the treadmills around the house, zombie level preparedness, genius. And we move on. Actually, to some real political news about the federal government. The Justice Department has been harassing Florida, which, for good reason. Florida's harass-worthy. But moving on, this particular case is that Florida has been purging records of non-citizen voters from the voting registrar so that they have a more, only citizens can vote, registration. And the Justice Department said, stop. If that doesn't make you just the tiniest bit suspicious and or angry, you're not informed. And go get informed, because that is a legal no-no right there. And that is President Obama's Justice Department.
Stop trying to clean up the laws. What?
Yeah. Voting laws in a voting year, and they don't want things to be tidy. Messy as possible, so that things might not go the correct way. But we move on.
Alright, DC Comics. If you know anything about them, Superman, Batman, Flash, those characters.
Batman. I'll say Batman the third time, just saying.
DC has come out with a character who has previously been straight and is now gay. They've been announcing this for a little bit, but they've announced who it is. It is Alan Scott, Green Lantern of Earth 2. And if you know anything about DC Comics, there are 52 parallel universes currently. Anyway, that tends to shift a bit. Either way, Earth 2 is kind of more Silver Age, if I remember correctly. They've been revamping it, made him younger. This is not the Green Lantern you saw in the movies. This is the original one who had, well, weakness to wood. Guess we know why now. Anyway, yeah, that's the thing. Try to get through that with as few jokes as possible.
Just one good one. Anyways, so speaking of jokes, CNN. Oh, story over. No, CNN actually has been having a really bad rating slump, and by really bad, I mean in 20 years, their ratings have not been this low. By the way, they started like not much before that. Just saying. So they're having some problems there. So they're trying to shake up their lineup a little bit. Hiring Anthony Bourdain and some other little things. The point here for me is that shows like ours, and our show isn't that great yet, but new shows on the internet are, and Jon Stewart and Glenn Beck and all these people who are have no agenda. They don't have the liberal or conservative agenda. They just want people to be informed and to think and enjoy the news and actually be informed.
Right.
That's what's becoming the norm. This CNN pundits talking on both sides and just all the time. It's not in anymore.
Exactly. People are finally at least smarting up one direction. Either that or they're heading towards Fox and MSNBC. Uh-oh. Anyway.
I see what you did there.
All right. Going to cover this as quickly as possible. The article itself is a good 4 pages long. So, click on it, get ready to just go through, long-winded story here. Basically, it comes down to, the big housing crisis, financial crisis that we had not too long ago. There was a woman involved in a Citigroup bank that she got in kind of as a fluke, just kind of stumbled into the job, rose up through the ranks, was asked to basically hide fraud and commit fraud, and refused. And took her employer to court, who was trying to get her to do this, saying your job's on the line.
By the way, Citigroup, for those of you who don't know, one of the biggest banks in America, she took to court.
And won. $31 million.
Boom!
Done! Got it.
So, just in case you're one of those people who works for a bank and you think, you're the little guy, you have to do what they say, even if they're doing stuff that's not good, or anyone, not even just a bank. If people are doing what they're not supposed to at your company and you don't stand up for it, well, you don't get $31 million.
There you go.
Actually, the point being, do what's right.
Yeah.
And speaking of doing what's right, recent studies that just came out have shown that...
It's something we knew as Mormons a long time ago.
Actually, yes. Okay, so to jump to that point real quick, for those of you who don't know a little bit about Mormons don't advocate at all the use of pornography, looking at distributing anything about pornography. So, we're really feeling kind of vindicated right now that studies are currently showing that young women who report that their romantic partners look at porn frequently are less happy in their relationships.
By quite a bit in some cases.
By a significant margin in a lot of cases.
Yes. Okay. Yes, just absolutely. I will admit that I actually did have a problem with this at one point. Wow, I'm saying this on YouTube. Crazy. But yeah, it is damaging to your health. It is damaging to your mental health. It is damaging to any future relationships you could have. I mean, it just gives you a skewed view on things. It does not need to exist at all.
So, if you want to have happy relationships, just, do the good thing and, get married and enjoy being married. Know what I mean? I know you do. Let's move on.
Just don't be stupid. Like this
Don't
guy.
be stupid, stupid. Speaking of stupid, oh my goodness, Boston, of all places. I know Boston and Boston people to be really intelligent people. At least, you know, Amanda Palmer and my friend who's going on a mission over there, by the way.
Nice.
Brother Nordine, have fun.
This guy, well, he was out having a barbecue and sprayed on some spray-on sunscreen and
Banana boat, aerosol, sunscreen.
then went to the barbecue to cook something up, and hey, guess what? His arm lit on fire.
Looks, I see a picture of it. I think, like, body.
It started on his arm, went to his body. It was just horrendous for him, and yet he's saying there were no warnings. Sure, it said it was flammable, but it didn't say it was flammable after it was on your skin. Well, no, duh!
Okay, to the guy's credit, I'm gonna support him for this long. For his credit, he's not seeking lawsuit damages. He's not looking for any kind of like monetary recompense for being an idiot. He just wants there to be a bigger warning label that says this crap's flammable.
The thing is, it's there. If you use even 2 brain cells, you can realize maybe I should be careful around the fire after I've been putting this on. You know, it's just a possibility. Stay on the safe side on that. Common sense and personal responsibility are just gone.
Gone. Absolutely. Common sense is dead. I'm going to quote one of my favorite YouTubers, Philip DeFranco. If you don't know him, go type Sexy Phil in that search bar right above our heads, and you'll find him. Yeah. He's awesome, by the way. Just
more watched than CNN.
Yeah. More watched than Bill O'Reilly.
Wow.
Anyways. And he's the most famous name in cable news. Seriously. It's depressing. We're done. Thank you so much for watching The Extraordinary Times. As always, that's AJ.
That's Jeremy.
And you should like over here and favorite over here and subscribe to us. And, you know, at some point comment down there about stuff. You know, tell us what you're thinking.
Donuts.
You know, donuts. Talk about your favorite donut. That's perfect. And these are extraordinary times. Be aware.
I love this job.
Mm-hmm.